Welcome, everybody, to another night of the Oneil Effect as we continue on this journey in the book, Stop the Procession, It's Your Time to Win. For those who are joining me tonight, I am Bishop Oneil Williams, and this is my book that will be coming out in the next, hopefully, targeted 8 months. It's in production, and I'm excited, and I hope that you are. And I hope not only that, but I hope through the journey of this book that we have, this is actually our 5th week. And so I am hoping that throughout the journey of this book, that you have been blessed by something that I have said from this book. What is the purpose of me doing this? The purpose of me doing these chapters, the synopsis of these chapters to you each week is because I want you to get an essence of what the book is all about. And I want to get you excited about how this book can touch you, minister to you, and how it can create in you actually an outline for you as to how to not allow yourself to be stuck in your past, but to use this book as a journey of how you can get to your happy place if you have lost that place in your life. And so I want to thank you for those of you who have purchased this book pre-sale, and many of you have done that. I want to say thank you. And I can't wait to get this book into your hand. As excited as I am to have it for myself, I can't wait for you to have it in your hand. But just in case you are joining me tonight and you said, Pastor Oneil, I did not purchase my book yet, pre-sale, you are not late. There is on the screen, you will see how you can go ahead and purchase this book pre-sale for $20. It will not be the same price when this book comes out of production. So I'm trying to get you to get this book at the pre-sale price. And so I'm asking you to go ahead and get this book. It's only $20 pre-sale. So it'll be on the screen as to how you can go ahead and do that. All right. Now, last week, we ended chapter 4, and we were talking about loss. We talked about loss creates depression. We said that consistent feeling of loss creates blindness to purpose. And we talk about that. And so we ended it on talking about how to respond to consistent loss. Now, what I want to talk about in chapter 5 this week is hopelessness. And so the question I want to ask you, as I started out last week asking you about a question, have you ever been driving to a destination and somehow you ran into a detour? But the signs of the detour were either not visible or clear. They stopped short of pointing you to where you should go to get back on track. I believe many of us have experienced that. You start feeling disoriented, frustrated, and angry at the mere fact that you had to detour. That is how hopelessness feels. I hope I paint a good picture for you. It is a feeling of being in a circle with no end in sight. For those of you who are joining me for the first time, this book, again, as I mentioned every week, surrounds this woman from Nain in the Bible, who have lost her husband, who was a provider, and then lost her son, who picked up the role from the husband as the provider. The woman from Nain had to feel a sense of hopelessness. She lost everything. And she's marching out of the city that represents her peace and joy to a cemetery to bury it all. She lost everything, and she's marching out of the city that represents her peace and her joy to bury it all. When you are in this emotional place of your life, it tends to shut you down. There are people who are going to be watching me. I'm right up your alley. You're connected. You know what I'm talking about. You are crying, but nothing is coming out. No one is hearing you. To be hopeless is like a drowning man with nothing to hold on to, But before you make that last sink, here comes a limb of a tree that is the opposite of hopelessness. You held on to it, hoping it will keep you from going under for the last time. That's what this book is about. This book is about to help you. The purpose of this book is to help you to understand that it's a limb you can hold on to. When you feel hopeless, when you feel like you're going under, grab it and read this book. It will motivate you. It will help you. Understand, reading this book, you will realize winning could always be in your favor. That's what I want you to understand when you read this book. Winning could always be in your favor. This is your time to win. And that's what I'm driving at in this book, is to help you to win. However, there are too many people who have not yet caught that piece of limb and are so close to exiting it all. So close. However, they understand you're about to lose your peace, you're about to lose your hope, and you're about to lose your happiness. And close to bearing it all because you think this is the only option you have. Well, that's why I want to tell you in this book, that's not true. What if I let you know that such feeling like hopelessness can drive someone to be suicidal because they find no reason to continue living? There is a different, and so understand there's a different types of hopelessness. And in this book, I want to show them. I'm not going to talk about all of these, but I'm going to touch on them just on the topic. Hopelessness creates alienation. Hopelessness makes you feel forsaken. Hopelessness makes you become uninspired. Hopelessness makes you powerless. Hopelessness creates oppression. Hopelessness, this is when individuals believe that the world no longer belongs to them, and living in it no longer seems possible. Now, I don't have this in my book, but I want to bring it up because it just happened yesterday. It's a sad story, but just imagine this young man who drove his car into by the Capitol building yesterday. There is no history of him being in any gang, of a terrorist. You know what it shows? He was hopeless. It showed that he was trying to reach out for help. His memoir on Facebook says that he lost his job, he lost his hope, and he was holding on to the Islamic faith. And he reached a breaking point where he drove his car and sadly, he took the life of a policeman and his own life. Hopelessness does that. It drives you to make bad decisions. And this book is to hopefully get you to the place where you will never have to make that decision. Because hopelessness makes you feel vulnerable. It is like removing the bark from the dog. He will no longer have worth. This trauma removed the dog's distinct identity. Hopelessness makes you lose your identity of who you are. One of the persons that I quoted in this book, matter of fact, his name is Jay Borchard. Hopefully I'm not messing up his name. He says this: trauma or repeated exposure to uncontrolled stressors can produce an ingrained sense of hopelessness. In the words of one trauma survivor, and he continues, "I was terrified to go anywhere on my own. I felt so defenseless and afraid that I just stopped doing anything." That's what hopelessness does. And so I want to show you how hopelessness can be a very devastating emotional feeling to have. There are too many individuals struggling to remain hopeful and don't know where to turn. No, don't get me wrong. I know you're going to say, Pastor, I pray, Pastor, I read my Bible. Great. But one thing that God does is that he gives us wisdom. He gives us knowledge and understanding so that we can take our own knowledge, wisdom, and understanding and create words and meanings and books and literatures that hopefully can become a secondary source to the Bible. And that can help you to at least see the reality of your life and your situation. This book is about my reality. It's about my life. I'm not perfect, but what God has allowed me to use to get me to where I am today, I wanted to help you. I want to say there are too many individuals who are struggling right now. You're struggling. And so understand this, all around us, furloughs are happening. Political crisis and thousands of people who should have still been here are dead, are gone. Terrorism are already, let me say this, tourism, I should say, already experiencing all these people not able to go on vacation and places are losing income. We're in a stressful world. It's easy to be hopeless. It's very easy. But can I say to you that what this book wants to let you know is that you do not have to become a victim of hopelessness. You have the power to rise again. But you have to find something within you to motivate you. Or let this book become your motivational tool that helps you. You are still here. You're still in control. And mentally checking out is not an option. So like Jesus said to this boy, get up, I say to you, get up, get ready to be blessed, get ready to be enlightened, get ready to be motivated by reading this book. It will help you. It will speak to that deep place in your life where you never even knew you had. The next chapter of your life is for you to win again. That's what I want to show you, that the next chapter of your life is for you to win again. So I want to say to you, thank you for being a part of this chapter tonight. And I hope that something I've said to you motivates you to rise out of that place of hopelessness if you are in that place. And also prepare to get this book so you can see the things, because I'm just giving you synopsis, but if you read this entire book, you don't want to put it down. I promise you, you would not want to put it down. And if you are a victim of hopelessness, you can allow this book to be the teacher that helps you. Not only that, but you can also pass it on to other people who you believe may be in the same position that you're in. This is Pastor Oneil Williams, and so I am so blessed to come into your houses or wherever you are watching this program tonight. And again, please reach out and get this book, whether you want to get it pre-sale or you want to get it after. Preferably, I'd hope you get it at the discounted price right now of $20 and have this book as a part of your library that will always be the tool you pull on when you feel like you're losing your happy place. Thank you and have a blessed evening. See you again next week.